Government, Mr. Dimitris Avramopoulos, Minister of Defense, will close the conference. Mr. Avramopoulos. Πρόεδρε, κύριε Barroso.
President Barroso, President of the Committee of Regions, friends, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be wondering, what does the Minister of Defense have to do with all of this? And actually, I asked myself, because it's for the first time that I'm here, but for the 20 years of the Committee of Regions corresponds with the 20 years and 20-year anniversary, in other words, the first time that I was elected to mayor of Athens. And of course, I'm very much aware of the role of cities and regions. The Charter, the Declaration of Athens, which was signed here today, or yesterday rather, is extremely important because it corresponds to the needs, it responds to the needs of citizens in the midst of crisis. We see numerous different structural problems, structural deficiencies which have to be repaired and changed. Mayors and regional authorities have done their best in order to strengthen European integration, and this under very difficult circumstances indeed, fighting, bringing closer citizens to that vision for Europe of the future. I just heard Mr. Barroso, and I felt that he really must have in him that spirit of regional authorities, because he spoke like somebody from the regional authorities. In other words, he had that sense of what the problems at the regional level are. Difficult times, ladies and gentlemen, but the Committee of Regions plays a very important role as far as dealing with the various problems that exist: growth, development, creation of jobs, because it's not the regions or the cities which failed, it is the nations themselves have been at the core of the problems. In other words, a kind of arteriosclerotic situation, a situation which should have been corrected by local authorities, but unfortunately everything fell on the shoulders of the state, and the state did not deliver downward various responsibilities which it should have. But times have changed in Europe. Now a new course has been taken. And let us not forget the history of the European Union, the Second World War, the European community, European integration, something which never existed in the past, something which was totally newfangled. We moved forward in order to create a new horizon for the future, an oasis of peace and stability. The economic crisis tests institutions, tests Europe as well. And now each country, for its own reason, is trying to struggle forward. Now, our great homeland, Europe, the major issue is competitiveness, a lack of competitiveness, and uncertainty for the future. So there are issues that have to be dealt with immediately at the local level, at the municipal level. Citizens will demand through these particular citizens will make these demands through local authorities. And I wanted to convey to you the warmest greetings and wishes of the Prime Minister of Greece, Mr. Samaras. Unfortunately, the last trip he took was a very difficult and arduous one for him. So now he finds himself at home recuperating. But I simply come in his place I have to mention that I was mayor here in Athens, and once a mayor, always a mayor, as they say. I understand the problems of cities. And I could say that frequently people refer to me not as minister, but as mayor, and I ought to mention that that is indeed a great honor for me. So our great country, our great homeland, the various Europe, the leaders of this continent have to understand the importance of local authorities, of regional authorities, of municipal authorities, and of course everything that moves upward to the government level, to the national level, comes from local authorities, comes from citizens who convey to authority, to the government, their desires and will. The diplomacy of cities, which was initiated a number of years ago, was a new effort. There was a convention signed as well in the United Nations, established and enshrined within this particular convention was enshrined, if you like, the importance of citizens expressing themselves through cities, through regions as well. Cities and regions, you have great strength at your disposal. You have to use it not only to manage daily affairs, but also for development, for growth, and to establish the foundations for peace and stability. With those thoughts, I simply wanted to say that this particular occasion is a historical one. This is one of the most important dates for the Greek presidency as well. The Athens Declaration. The Athens Declaration is something which will be referred to in the future. It will be referred to by the institutions, by legislative bodies in Europe as well. It incorporates within it the importance of citizens and their welfare which has been shaken by the crisis. This is something that we've seen all over Europe. Let's hope that the European Parliament and the European Commission and the institutions and the entire European construct will be stronger, more profound, for us to be able to move forward in a successful future of stability, peace, and tranquility, welfare for all of our citizens. And we are linked, I am linked with all of you here because of our experience in the past in local authorities, and we move forward in a concerted fashion for a brighter future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our summit debate. We hope that you will continue to reflect on the future of the European Union and that you will take time to go out and vote in May.
Remember, you can use platforms such as Debating Europe to ensure you can have your say in forming the future of the European Union.
And we'd like to thank our viewers and online followers and conclude this year's European Summit of Regions and Cities. Thank you.
Enjoy your Saturday in Athens.